Hey folks, it's Russ. Today's Friday, April 18th, 2025. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 blocks to financial freedom. You know, what keeps most people from being financially free? Because a lot of people come to me and they tell me their stories, their hardships, and the majority of these people are not financially well. Okay? But before I get started in the video, I just want to introduce myself again. I'm Russ. If you've never seen any of my videos before, I've been involved in the work from home space for the last 18 plus years. I've been working full-time for myself since 2018, and I am truly passionate about helping people generate mailbox money using social media and direct mail marketing. So again, a lot of people come to me that, they're looking for ways to supplement or replace their income. They don't have the finances that they need. They're barely scraping by. And I thought I would do a video talking about the 5 major blocks that keep people from becoming financially free. And the number one reason, or the number one block, is that most people don't have any vision when it comes to finances. All right. A lot of people want to be financially free, but they haven't defined what their goal is. All right. And you can't just say, I want to have more money and expect to generate more money. You have to have a vision. You have to have a goal. You have to have a why in place that is deep enough to motivate you inside to take the actions to get to where you want to be, right? So you have to set goals, financial goals, that resonate with whatever it is that you want. So instead of saying, I want to have more money, like every other person does, why do you want to have more money? What would that more money mean to you and your family? Would it allow you to go on more vacations? Would it allow you to buy your dream car? Would it allow you to put your kids through school? Would it allow you to buy a bigger home? To me, I'm doing what I do. I'm building my empire because I want to leave generational wealth. I want to build a legacy to leave generational wealth for not only my children, but my grandchildren, their children. I just want to build massive wealth that will help not only myself, but my family when I'm not here, and my family's families. That's what I want to do. That's my why. That's my goal. And, there's little sub goals in amongst that, but that's my big vision. Right? That's why I'm doing what it is that I'm doing. I know that once I started realizing what my goals were and really thinking about it, that's when I started to see results. All right. Once you have goals set in place and you start taking action, then you can start getting results. But if you're just sitting there saying, oh, I just wish I had more money. Well, everybody wishes they had more money. The richest people in the world wish they had more money. That's just a normal thing. Everybody wants more money because money's a great tool. And, so that's the first thing. Have a vision, set goals, and make them realistic goals and take action. That's what you need to do. The second block to financial freedom is limiting beliefs. Okay? Most people have the wrong mindset when it comes to money. All right. And I had this mindset for a long time because I grew up listening to my grandparents talk about the rich get rich and the poor get poor. Or I've heard people say, well, I don't, this is how it is. I don't deserve anything better. This is how my life is. Whatever it is, fear and doubt hold people back. And when you grow up listening to that negativity, or people saying, well, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, what do you think that does to your subconscious? If you grew up listening to that stuff, Or another good one is, well, I'm not good with money, or money's never been a friend of mine, or money's the root of all evil. When you grow up hearing that stuff, that programs your subconscious, and it's not going to benefit you at all. All right. So you have to rewire your thinking and adopt a money mindset. The third thing is that there's most people do not receive any financial education. All right. The school systems suck. They don't teach you anything about financing. All right. I think in all of my high school, I had one economics class. And outside of that, there was no, you don't learn to balance a checkbook. You don't learn about compounding. You don't learn about investments. You don't learn about, investing in, what to invest in. You don't learn any of that stuff in school. So most people, and most, people my age, their parents weren't very good with money. And of course, there's always exceptions to everything. But I'm talking about generally speaking. Like my parents didn't, my dad always made me put half my paycheck in the bank. But he didn't teach me to invest my money in anything, and if you're familiar with this, if you just put your money into a savings account, you're never going to generate any money. But if you put it into a high yield savings account, you're going to make a hell of a lot more money than just keep it in a regular bank savings account. All right. So you have to educate yourself. One of the best books, actually the best book on finances that I ever read, was The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay. And this is a book by George Clason. It was written in the 1920s, and the education and value in that book is more important today now than ever. All right. You can literally read that book, apply what is in that book, and change your financial future. All right. That's what I did. I read that book, and I read I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Excellent books. And there's a lot of great financial books out there. But once I started applying what I learned in The Richest Man in Babylon to my life, that's when I started changing, because I didn't always have good finances. All right. In fact, there was a time when my credit absolutely sucked. I was partying all the time. I was drinking. I was doing drugs. I was in and out of rehabs. My life was a financial mess. I would get a credit card in the mail, and I would go and spend it on partying. I would never pay it back. So my credit tanked. I mean, I just had it was really, really bad for quite a few years when I was younger, until I started straightening things out and taking accountability for my actions, And so you want to educate yourself on finances. You want to learn all the different ways that there are to make money. That's why I set up systems that make money while I sleep, because Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn to make money while you're sleeping, you're going to work until the day you die. All right. So you can set up systems, which I have done, that do all the selling and telling for you and will make me money while I'm sleeping. All right. And you can start your own side hustle and do that. It's not as hard as it sounds. And the only thing that you have to do is put in the work and show up and stay consistent. And most people don't even want to do that. I mean, most people don't even want to read a book. The fourth block is people having bad money habits, spending habits. All right. So they impulse buy. They need to keep up with the Joneses. They live paycheck to paycheck. They don't pay themselves first. And so you have to track your money. You have to know where every single penny of yours goes in order to change the way that you view and spend your money, right? I mean, that's what I did when I first got into redoing my finances way back. I started tracking everything, where everything went. Right? And I was just so amazed at the stuff that I was buying that I didn't really need. Okay. Like, for example, I didn't need 20 Roku subscriptions every month. That was costing me hundreds of dollars. All right. I didn't need cable TV. That was $100+ You can do a lot. You can cut out a lot of the stuff that you buy if you really ask yourself, is it a want or a need? All right. If it's a want and you can't afford that, don't go into debt to purchase the want. Take care of your needs first. Take care of your needs. And I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just telling you stuff based on my experience. And I just listen to people all the time tell me how their life sucks because they don't have any money. But then when they go and they join a program, they don't do anything to change it. They don't do anything to make their life better. So they spend their whole life just going through life, accepting what they got, and never trying to make their life better. Everybody can have a better life. Everybody can have a better life if they're willing to put in the work and make the necessary changes. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Believe me, I was addicted to drugs and alcohol when I was younger. I was in and out of 5 or 6 rehabs when I was younger. All right, my credit, I was not good with money at all. Absolutely nothing. My credit was about as low as you could possibly go. And I flipped that all around now. And anybody can do it. And anybody can start a side hustle and supplement or replace their income if they're willing to put in the work. And most people, for whatever reason, are not willing to put in the work. They would rather just live paycheck to paycheck and complain every day that they're broke, instead of taking action and making their life better. Instead of doing, a few income producing activities a day that will better their life in the long run, which in turn will better their family's life in the long run. I don't get it. So that's the 5th roadblock, is that people do not take action. They just, for whatever reason, they don't take action. People know what they need to do and they don't do it. And I can tell you one thing, it will be the greatest gift to yourself and your family if you start taking action. It just will be, because analysis paralysis is what they call it, right? It just kills momentum. And trying to be perfect, it kills momentum. There's no perfect time to start a business. There's no perfect time to do anything other than right now. And people just get, they get into their head too much, and then they just never get ahead. So that's why I developed my coaching program. Excuse me. I have no water. But yeah, I have a coaching program. You can get a 1-hour phone consult with me. We can talk about your situation, get you on track to bettering yourself. And then I have a monthly coaching program as well. All the links will be down below this video. Excuse me. But anyway, those are the 5 blocks, to financial freedom, and why most people never get there. You have everything in you that you need to become financially free, to live a life where you don't worry about anything financially. And, it's up to you. It's up to you. But stop making excuses and stop playing the victim and start taking action and make changes in your life that'll better yourself. And you'll be thankful you did. You deserve it. Everybody does. So I don't think I can talk much longer. My throat is like, excuse me. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you found value in it. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. And click the notification bell. Yeah, click the notification. So, yeah, I already said that. But I appreciate you watching this. I appreciate every one of you. I'm here to help you out. I want you to be successful. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Just get out of your head. Contact me if you want some help. And start taking action, all right? If I can do this, you can do it. So with that being said, I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And until then, stay well, be safe, and peace be with you. Thanks for watching.